Okay, let's unpack this.
Let's do it.
We are strapping on our sandals and taking a deep intellectual time travel trip. We're going back to ancient Athens.
Specifically 416 BC.
And we're not heading to a battle or, a political assembly. We are headed to the biggest party in town.
Right, a victory celebration for the tragedy poet Agathon.
But history remembers this gathering for something else entirely. Not the wine, but the philosophy that came out of it, Plato's Symposium.
And it's so important for you, the listener, to remember who Plato even was. I mean, his real name was Aristocles. He came from this incredibly powerful Athenian family.
A very aristocratic lineage.
Exactly. But all our sources make it clear that his entire shift toward philosophy, him abandoning politics and poetry,
Yeah.
was a direct response to trauma.
And that trauma has to be the execution of his mentor, Socrates, in 399 BC.
Oh, absolutely. It was a shattering event for him. It's what led him to found the Academia in 385 BC, the school that, that educated people like Aristotle.
So when Plato writes about Socrates, he's writing about the person who basically defined his entire life's work.
In this setting, this symposium is so specific. It literally means drinking together.
A very structured event, right, after the main dinner.
Yes, after the Diplon, they'd cleanse themselves, pour libations, sing hymns, and traditionally start getting pretty drunk.
But not this time. At Agathon's party, things took a sharp left turn.
They did. They decided to send away the Cithara player.
And they agree to skip the heavy drinking. Instead, they decide to compete with philosophical speeches, or logoi.
All centered on one single topic, love or Eros.
You sent us just five major and often wildly contradictory definitions of love that were offered up that night. So our mission here is to distill those core ideas.
To show how Plato used this whole scene to build a kind of philosophical ladder, a way of understanding desire and beauty.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Let's start with the first speaker, Phaedros. He gets up, and his definition of love is, well, it's ancient, it's simple, and it's essential for being a good person.
Phaedros' argument is all about chronology and morality. He says Eros is the oldest god, older than the Olympians.
Because no one, not even the poet Hesiod, ever mentions love having parents. He just appears.
Right. And because he's the oldest, he's the source of the greatest human virtues, what the Greeks called artou.
His main point is that love's power is psychological. It stops you from feeling shame-esque, when you do something ugly, and it pushes you to do beautiful things.
Which makes love the engine of courage.
Exactly. He has this amazing thought experiment. An army made up only of lovers and their beloveds. A sacred band.
A hero's logos. He claims they'd be unbeatable. No soldier would ever show cowardice in front of the person they love. Love guarantees commitment.
And he drives this home with brilliant contrast. He praises Alcestis, the woman who chose to die for her husband.
A noble act so powerful that the gods themselves honored her for it.
But then he contrasts her with Orpheus, the famous musician.
Right. Phaedros basically calls him a coward. He says Orpheus was sent back from Hades with just a ghost, a phantom of his wife, because he didn't dare to die for love. He only dared to ask for her back.
So for Phaedros, if love isn't total courage and self-sacrifice, it's nothing.
It's the ultimate source of heroic action. But then the next speaker, Pausanias, gets up and says, hold on, you've missed something huge.
He argues that Phaedros was wrong to assume there's only one kind of love.
Because mythologically, there are two Aphrodites, so there must be two different kinds of Eros.
And this is that crucial distinction he makes between common love and heavenly love.
Yes. First, you have common love, Aphrodite Pandemos. She's younger, born of Zeus and Dione. This love is aimed at the body, male or female. It's about immediate satisfaction.
And Pausanias is pretty dismissive of it. He says it's unstable because, and this is a great line, the body's flower wilts.
He's all about the other kind. Heavenly love, Aphrodite Orania.
This one is older, more spiritual, born only of Eranos of heaven.
And this love isn't for the body, but for the intellect, for virtue, for wisdom. It's about a lifelong partnership, aiming for that shared artou.
What's so amazing is the social commentary he's injecting here. He's building a moral framework for Athenian customs. He says these relationships are only noble if the goal is mutual improvement.
Yes, not for money or political favors. He's doing some serious philosophical gatekeeping.
He even says that giving yourself in service of virtue is the only kind of servitude that isn't disgraceful.
Exactly. It completely reframes desire. It's not an impulse. It's a deliberate moral choice.
An intellectual contract.
Precisely. Now, if Pausanias made love a moral choice, the next speaker, the physician Eryximachos, just blows the whole concept up. He makes it a universal cosmic law.
This is a huge shift. Eric Simako says love isn't just a human thing, it's in animals, plants, all of existence.
And as a doctor, he sees love as the force that unites opposites in the right measure. Hot and cold, dry and wet, sweet and bitter.
So for him, medicine itself is the science of love.
It is. Restoring harmony or harmonia in the body is an act of love. He says it's the force that prevents chaos everywhere.
It also governs music, right? Creating harmony from high and low notes.
And astronomy. Regulating the seasons. When love is balanced, we're healthy, crops grow. When it's not, you get plagues and famine.
He even connects heavenly love to the muse of celestial science, Mosa Urania.
He really does. He takes the conversation from personal relationships to a cosmological principle. Our feelings are just one small part of a universal striving for balance.
And then right after that very sober scientific view, we get the comic poet Aristophanes.
Oh, this is the one everyone remembers.
He uses this fantastic myth to define love as this search for a lost unity.
He asks everyone to imagine the original humans, these round, sphere-shaped creatures.
With 3 sexes, right? Male from the sun, female from the earth, and androgynous from the moon.
Exactly. 8 limbs, 2 faces, immense power. They were so strong they actually challenged the gods.
So Zeus had to weaken them, but he couldn't just destroy them.
He needed their sacrifices, so he split them right down the middle, like he says, splitting an apple or cutting an egg with a hair.
And the result of that split is love.
Love, Eros, becomes that inborn desire, a synagogus, to find your other half and return to your original complete nature.
This is really the origin of the soulmate idea. He says when 2 halves meet, they just cling to each other. They wish the god Hephaestus would just melt them back into one being.
The core idea is that we are all just a symbolon, a broken token, looking for our matching piece.
So love isn't heroic virtue or cosmic balance. For Aristophanes, it's primal pain, it's longing.
And these 4 speeches set the stage perfectly for the main event, for the Socratic turn.
The host himself, Agathon, gives the final speech before Socrates, and it's supposed to be rhetorically perfect. He calls love the youngest, most beautiful god, the source of all peace and invention.
He really lays it on thick. It's the ultimate praise. But then Socrates, using his classic method, just politely dismantles everything he said.
This is the moment, you're right. You have to pay close attention here. Socrates asks a devastatingly simple question.
He says, if love is the love of something, and Agathon says love loves beauty and goodness,
then love itself must lack beauty and goodness, because you don't desire what you already have.
and that one point just shatters the foundation of every single speech that came before. They all assumed love was a beautiful god.
Agathon has to concede. He admits he spoke without knowing.
So if love isn't beautiful, isn't good, isn't even a god, what is he?
Socrates says he doesn't know, but he learned the truth from a woman, Diotima of Mantinea.
Diotima is this incredible figure, a wise woman, a prophetess who supposedly delayed a plague in Athens for 10 years. She taught Socrates that love is not a god, nor is it mortal.
It's something in between.
A great divine being, a daemon, an intermediary between gods and mortals.
And its nature is all explained by its parents. This is such a brilliant move.
It's pure genius. Eros was conceived at a party for Aphrodite's birth. His father is Poros, who is resource or plenty.
And his mother is Peenia, poverty, need.
Which perfectly explains love's nature. Because of his mother, Peenia, he's always poor, rough, barefoot, homeless, always in a state of lacking.
But because of his father, Poros, he's a bold hunter, a planner, a sorcerer.
And, crucially, a philosopher, always seeking wisdom. He's not wise, but he's not ignorant either. He's in the middle, like what Diotima calls correct opinion, standing between knowledge and ignorance.
So love's function is defined by its eternal, restless striving for the things it lacks.
Exactly. And its true goal is to possess the good and happiness forever.
And the way mortals achieve that kind of immortality is through creation, through offspring.
Yes, generating offspring in the presence of beauty. And that can be physical offspring children or spiritual offspring, like art, poetry, philosophy, laws. Love is the engine of creation.
The ultimate takeaway from Diotima, then, is that the object of love isn't just a beautiful person, it's immortality itself.
It is. She lays out this whole ladder of love. You start by loving a beautiful body, which leads you to love all beautiful bodies, then beautiful souls, then beautiful ideas and knowledge, until you finally contemplate beauty itself, the eternal unchanging form of the good.
So what does this all mean? We've just moved across the entire spectrum of ancient Athenian thought in one night. We went from love as courage
To a moral choice,
to a cosmic scientific principle.
to a primal, painful longing.
Then finally to this philosophical daemon, the spirit forever striving for the good and for immortality.
The symposium forces you to see that love isn't a state of being, it's not something you have. It's a process, a constant, restless process of seeking.
And if we loop back to Eryximachos, the physician, he thought astronomy, the study of the stars, was a science of love.
The study of universal harmony.
Exactly. So if love is fundamentally about this drive for unity, this desire to resolve conflict, what modern scientific field do you think, from physics trying to unite all forces to AI searching for patterns in data, what field is most driven by this Socratic desire for completeness?
That's the restless question the symposium leaves us with.